1 second, guys. Alright, this is Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Lake Taneycomo. It is, I think it's the 10th of April, Sunday, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So, today, I've got all kinds of 639 Signature Series jerk baits rigged up to drag. I've got some jigging rods, I've got some scuds and eggs, and I've got some big jerk baits. I got the whole shebang for you today. Wow, this wind is really going to start kicking up now that I turn the video on. So, the first one I'm going to start off with is the Rainbow, Juvenile Rainbow 639. I've got about 2.5 foot of 4-pound line, Trilene XL. I've got a size 12 snap swivel with an 1/8 ounce weight and a size 12 barrel swivel to stop it. And I am just about 50 yards above the boat ramp up here at the dam. I'll let the boat get drifting with speed here. Beautiful day today, almost a little too warm. We got up to like 81 or 82 degrees today. Parked just about in the middle of the lake to start off here. I haven't drug any jerk baits up this far in a while, so we'll see if the fish are wanting to play today. So it's been sunny and warm all day. This cloud cover and wind started blowing in just a little bit ago. We got some rain headed towards us tonight, and I think through part of tomorrow. They are still running 2 units of water. I'm going to go ahead and reel this in, say no fish on the first cast, because I felt like I hit a moss clump about 10 seconds after it hit the bottom, and I sure did. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe if I get a little straighter cast out in front of the boat. I think what happened was I was a little too off to that side with my cast, and it drug sideways back through some moss. Okay. It's feeling like there might just be more moss up here than I thought there was. Like I said, I haven't tried dragging these up here recently. I was really hoping that the pressure from this little storm starting to roll in might get the fish going. One of our last pontoon boats that just came back in a little bit ago said the fishing had just picked up for him as the clouds started rolling in. And it was kind of a mixed bag of reports today. I had multiple boats come back and say they only were able to catch 1 or 2. But I had a boat come back that they were dragging night crawlers and fishing a pink power worm with some weight on the line underneath an indicator from Fall Creek to Short Creek, and said that they did really good. one of my other last pontoon boats to come in today, said that it was a better day. They were dragging night crawlers, and they were from Fall Creek somewhere back down to our dock, and they caught a 5.5 pounder and a 2.5 pounder. I'm just continuously picking up moss here. I'm gonna try switching just the rod here. Sometimes some of the bills, I don't know, there might be a piece of metal bent on here that's causing it to swim wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna switch and just see if I get the same result with a different one. Get just a little farther over to the left here. The wind is really pushing me back. Okay, we're getting ready to, I put the French Pearl 639 is the one I switched to here. We're getting ready to go through the chute, kind of by trophy rod. And for some reason, I don't know what it is about the topography of the chute, or maybe about the way food comes through it to the fish. Oh, that was a fish. Didn't set the hook good enough. Something about the way the food comes through here. I do really good dragging jerk baits through the chute, and on out the other side of it. Fun. Theoretically, there should not be as much water on the other side of the chute, or as much water. There shouldn't be as much moss on the other side of the chute. The way the water comes through here so fast, it kind of cleans the bottom out to the bedrock, and doesn't leave much for the moss to grow on. I talked to a group of guys that were out in a pontoon boat on my way up here, and they were dragging minnows over the Short Creek Flat, and said that they had caught 12 or so. So that's a pretty decent bite. And Captain Dave Welch just passed me a second ago before I started the video, and he said that they caught a 24-inch brown down in front of Andy Williams's house. Not sure what he was using. Didn't get a chance to talk to him too much, but he told me that they caught one as he was passing by. think we'll drag just this trophy run section here for a second, and then I might turn the video off and go down and drag the stretch where I have been doing this. But I wanted to come up here and give it a shot. I did have one fish right there in the chute, but today it really sounds like people who caught fish were dragging night crawlers, and they were from anywhere from Fall Creek down back to our dock. And also the report about the minnows. It's interesting with the dam, being open not too long ago. There's no telling what kind of schools of minnows are working their way down the lake. So it's very possible that a natural school or two of minnows found their way over the dam and have found their way to that Short Creek area, and maybe they're kind of keyed in on that. I did get a report from Tony Lilley, and he said that he saw a huge group of some type of minnows down by Cooper Creek. I don't know if it was at the boat ramp or below the public dock, but that was when the floodgates were running, and I imagine that they came over during that. Okay, well, this was fairly unsuccessful up here, so we're going to drop back down down below Lookout Island. I'll be back momentarily. Alright, I'm back. We are across from Andy Williams's now. Well, we're a little bit below it. And I'm going to hold the boat kind of right on the other side of the channel here at the bluff. And I'm going to stick with the French Pearl just because it's a just because it's gotten cloudy, and I don't know. I think the French Pearl is going to catch me the big one. Well, I think for the most part it's relatively a lot less mossy down through here. I'm trying to stay out of the channel because I think the channel usually has a little more moss in it than the other places. Oh, that was a bite. They're not taking it for very long. Alright, we're gonna reel in and check for moss. Sometimes you can't be lazy, you just gotta reach up and get the stuff off of there. There we go. I was just thinking about switching over to a jig if I was going to keep picking up too much moss, but that might be enough to convince me to stick with it. It's got some good colors to it. You gotta watch the hooks anytime you're dragging baits, because this fish really can twist them around and start bending the metal out. And if they accomplish that, then it will hurt your ability to hook more. We got a new thing for the mic to try to help block the wind, and it is huge. I feel like it's covering up half my forehead. as you're drifting next to a bluff, you really gotta pay attention because that bluff will start sucking you in towards it. So if you're trying to hold the line like I am out on the outside of the channel, you gotta keep kind of staying on top of the trolling motor, which I did get sucked in. I'm gonna go ahead and recast actually. When you're dragging these jerk baits, you can really tell whenever it's rattling free and whenever the moss is starting to take over. It only takes just a little bit of kind of feeling it out on the bottom. When the moss hits it, it'll stop wiggling so fast and it'll kind of be slower. And when a fish takes it, they usually bounce it 2 or 3 times, kind of harder than anything you've been feeling while it's dragging on the bottom. There's one. Oh, he came off. Well, that felt like a heavier fish. Let's see, we went past the golf course and we are now coming up on the brown house. I think it's down. I mean, if they're hitting minnows down there on the Short Creek flat, that might be another good spot to take a jerkbait and drag. Yep, that's what I thought. It's just enough moss to kind of hurt it. So don't be afraid to keep checking for moss. You're better off bringing it back in and clearing it. I think today we'll just go right through the narrows. We're coming up on it now. Oh, that felt like a bite. They really aren't hitting it very hard. Alright, as we're going through the narrows here, I don't think I want to drag directly over the gravel bar, so I am going to scoot into the channel and fish it that way. Get a little bit of moss that time. Oh, I'm really hoping that it's not gonna storm too bad. I'm thinking about going to Bull Shoals tomorrow to go fish in Beaver Creek and see if we can find any largemouth or white bass. and go for another minute or two. Just because right down here is where I lost that big fish the other day. There we go. There's another one. A little skinnier than most of the fish I've seen lately. Alright, well, can't end it there. We're going to have to drag through this last little spot here, if my rod will cooperate. Well, a couple fish today on and a couple missed. So, overall not too bad, but definitely not hot. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to call it today, guys. We thank you for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be back out to do it again tomorrow.